Hello friends, Derek Henry from Healing the Body and founder of the Thrive Lifestyle Academy. Today I want to do a quick video to talk about the real threat that's out there right now and has been out there for decades that's not being talked about, and it ain't the coronavirus. So let's talk about this. So the coronavirus has obviously got a lot of attention right now. And I had a video the other day talking about how I have zero fear of the coronavirus because of what I was able to overcome, 13 chronic disease conditions, seeing the darkest of the dark when it comes to disease, and showing myself how I could overcome that through holistic methods, primarily rooted in nutrition and supplementation. So there's no theory there, there's no guessing there, just a knowing that the body's capable of, and knowing that I have zero fear of any virus, any disease whatsoever. And that puts me in a very powerful place, having that faith and that belief. Now, let's talk about some stats here for a second. So the worst day for the coronavirus happened in February, and that resulted in 108 people dying in China. Okay? 108 people. So let's keep that in mind. On the same day, 26,283 people died from cancer. 26,641 people died of heart disease. 4,300 people died of diabetes. And suicide claimed 28 times more people that day than the coronavirus. And humans kill 1,300 other fellow humans on a daily basis. And we're talking about a virus that is on its worst day has killed 103 people. Now, doesn't mean that you shouldn't be aware and you shouldn't take protective measures, but we're really losing sight of what the real killers are these days. What's really compromising people's quality of life, making them miserable, confused, frustrated, meeting an untimely death, and that's chronic disease. Because no one seems, at least in the conventional methods or otherwise, seems to know the answers. But some of us do, because some of us have managed to heal chronic disease, maybe our own and maybe other people's as well. And this is what the real epidemic going on, the real thing that people should be concerned about today, tomorrow, and for as long as it takes until people start to take responsibility, realizing that no doctor is going to come save them. It's going to come down to them and the people that they follow, the information that they get, and how they put it into action to allow their bodies to heal themselves so that things like the coronavirus aren't that scary. To a point where you get like me, where there's zero fear of these things. And having fear doesn't make, and in fact, it makes it worse. Being fearful is going to compromise your immune system. So being fearful has very little benefit to you on a long-term basis. So what I'm here to tell you is there's always perspective on what you should be concerned about and what you shouldn't, or what you should be concerned about. And for me, chronic disease is the biggest concern. Either you or someone else you know is dealing with some kind of chronic health problem, regardless of the severity. 7 out of 10 people almost are on prescription medications. Over 1 million children under the age of 6 are on psychiatric medications. Does this sound right to you? Does this sound normal to you? I surely hope it doesn't. And it's not normal. People are merely surviving these days. They are not thriving. And I'm starting to get pissed off that people aren't putting 2 and 2 together. And for those that are putting 2 and 2 together and realize that natural medicine is the way to go, low risk, high reward, but still aren't doing it, I don't get it. Why are you still not doing it? Why are you not taking the medicine that you're preaching to other people? Because this happens all the time. People telling other people what to do, and that's great. Spread the good word. But why aren't you doing it for yourself? Why aren't you important? Why is your health not worth it? Why are you making excuses of why you can't give up certain habits and do certain things? What is it? Because lifestyle is the cure. Lifestyle is the remedy. When you have the right kind of lifestyle, things like the coronavirus don't mean anything. This former measles outbreak means nothing. And the more medical intervention that comes as a result of these things is not going to save you. In fact, it's going to only make your situation worse long term. We need to wake up to what is going on in the world today and what the answers are if you want to live a healthy and happy life that has very little fear in it. And until we unplug from this matrix, until we unplug from the industries, the media, the things that have not helped us whatsoever in becoming healthy long term, until we unplug from those things and start to plug in to the programming, the people, the mentors, the coaching, the support, and the guidance of people who've actually done it and are willing to teach you how to do it. Until you do that, you're always going to be susceptible to these new viruses, these new things that are unleashed, whether they're biological, whether they're man-made intentional, or whether there's something else, doesn't matter. The whole approach is still the same. You need to get your lifestyle in order. You need to get your nutrition, your supplementation, your mindset, your day-to-day habits, your passions. You need to start to incorporate more of these things into your life that are actually healing and promote life. Right now, if you watch the news and you watch some of these other, or you follow some of these other industries, they're either promoting or causing death. And when you have a system that's responsible for over 400,000 deaths a year from preventable deaths, over 400,000 preventable deaths a year from medical errors, you have to raise an eyebrow and wonder, what is going on? How many people do you think have died from eating too much kale or taking too many herbs or things like that? Little to none. It's not even comparable. In the conventional system, sure, have they saved some people? Maybe they have. Maybe they've saved some people in some ways, but what have they saved them from? Some of these people have been saved from certain diseases. Long term, more diseases pop up in different ways, or more issues, or they deal with pain for the rest of their life. They're managing it. Point being, it's not anywhere near the gold standard, not even close to being the gold standard of how to take care of yourself. So the real threat these days is what systems and things that we've had in place, what they've done to us, and the chronic disease that comes along as a result of it, that people are dealing with for decades, lowering their quality of life. That's the real threat to humans these days, to their health and to their happiness. So let's not fear the coronavirus. Let's be aware. Let's protect ourselves. Let's get it straight in terms of what the real epidemics are out there and the systems and things that are causing it. And let's realize you have to unplug from that and plug into what is working, like the Thrive Lifestyle Academy. Something that I followed, that I was following and creating during my process of overcoming 13 chronic disease conditions, has helped other people overcome 20 different disease conditions. And this isn't rocket science, but it is complicated. It can be complicated, but health isn't rocket science. You just need the right programming, the right organization, the right information, the right support and guidance to move through these things. And that's why it's created, and that's why it's more important than ever, especially now. And now is a great time to take the silver lining out of this whole coronavirus and however long it keeps on going. Hopefully the silver lining of this is that you start to understand how important your health is to you and how important it is to be healthy in times like this, where these threats probably aren't going to scale down anytime soon. And the only difference between you surviving and or thriving through this whole period is going to be the state of your immune system, the state of your digestion, how well they're working together, how well they're going to protect you from these things, these environmental threats that aren't going to go away, because we've lived with bacterial, viral, parasitical, you name it. We've lived with these threats for our entire lives. We're swimming in it on a day-to-day basis. The only reason we get fearful is when it gets brought to our attention. So the answer isn't that we have to get rid of all these things, because that's not going to happen. And some of these things aren't pathogenic. We can coexist with peacefully. The answer is really in the milieu, the old germ versus terrain theory. It's not the germ that's causing our issues. Those are triggers. It's the terrain, the inside of our bodies. That's what's facilitating disease or repelling it. And as soon as you understand that, as soon as you take the right actions, now you're empowered. Now you have sovereignty. Now you can have peace, knowing you can take care of yourself and you've given yourself the best opportunity to live a healthy and happy life. And that's the bottom line. So I hope this message gets through to you. You understand the importance of your health. You understand what the real threats are these days. Not get caught up in the hysteria, because that's not going to get you anywhere with your health. Questions, comments, put them below. Be happy to talk to you. Got any questions about the Thrive Lifestyle Academy, what it does? I'll be happy to tell you about that too. Till then, stay peaceful, stay centered, stay calm, and thrive on.